Assalamu alaikum. How are students? I hope all of you are well. I'm Rizwana Mukhtar, lecturer, Department of Physics, Milestone College. Students, you have already completed your second chapter of second paper book, which is electrostatics. In my today's lecture, I am going to solve two creative questions from this chapter. I hope this lecture will help you for your better study at home. So, let's start our today's class. Students, our first creative question is from Rajshahi Board 2016, and here you can see that the question says there are 2 coulomb, minus 2 coulomb and 2 coulomb charges are at 3 corners A, B and C respectively of a square ABCD. F sides 1 meter each. That means they kept plus 2 coulomb charge at point A, minus 2 coulomb charge at point B and plus 2 coulomb charge at point C, and the length of each side of the square is 1 meter. Now question C is find the potential at point D. So we need to calculate the potential at point D, and to calculate it, here the given informations are charges at point A, that is 2 coulomb, at point B minus 2 coulomb and at point C is 2 coulomb. Now length of side of the square, that is AB is equal to BC, CD is equal to AD, and the value is given here 1 meter. And the next information which we have to know to calculate the potential is the diagonal. As you can see that minus 2 coulomb charge is the distance between the BD is the diagonal of the square. So we have to calculate the diagonal of the square. Then we can easily calculate the potential at point D. And you know that the formula to calculate the diagonal of a square is length of diagonal of the square is, here we can write that BD is equal to root over 2A. A means length of the side of the square, and here you can see that the value of A is 1 meter. So we can say that the value of diagonal, that is the value of BD, is equal to root over 2 into 1, that is root over 2 meter. Okay, so now we know that potential at VD, that we are going to calculate the potential at D point. So VD is equal to VA plus VB plus VC. You know that potential is a scalar quantity, so we can add this in simple mathematical addition rules. So here we can write that 4 pi epsilon naught into QA divided by, for charge A, you can see that the distance for charge A is AD, plus for charge B the distance is BD, plus QC divided by R. R means the distance for charge Q is CD. So you know that the value of 1 divided by 4 pi epsilon naught is 9 into 10 to the power 9. QA is plus 2 and the value of AD is 1 meter, plus QB is minus 2 coulomb. So here minus 2 divided by the value of BD is root over 2, plus QC is 2 and the value of CD is 1 meter. So after calculating it, you will get determined value will be 2.33 into 10 to the power 10, as it is electric potential, so the unit is volt. This is the answer of question C. Question D. The question is Find the intensity at point D and analyze its direction. So, intensity, you know that intensity means the amount of force felt by a unit positive charge when it brings in a electric field. So, here you can see that at point D they didn't mention any charge, but we know that whenever we are going to calculate intensity, we have to consider that here plus 1 coulomb charge is present. Now, at point D, you can see that 3 charges are acting force on point D. So, to calculate that type of question, we have to calculate firstly the resultant of A and C, then we can easily calculate the final resultant of D. As we know that we can easily calculate the resultant of two forces by applying the vector addition formula. So, to solve this question, the given informations we have already discussed in question C are that charge at point A, that is QA, is plus 2 coulomb, charge at point B is minus 2 coulomb, and charge at point C is also plus 2 coulomb. And the length of the side of the square are given here 1 meter and the diagonal is √2. Now, intensity at D for charge A, we can write that EA is equal to (1 by 4 pi epsilon naught QA by R square. Here the value of 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught is 9 into 10 to the power 9. The value of QA is 2 and R, that is the value of AD, is 1. So, we will get the value is 1.8 into 10 to the power 10 Newton per coulomb. Okay. Now, the intensity for C at point D. Intensity at D for charge C, that is EC, QC divided by R square. Here QC is 2 and 1 square, that is we will get the same value here. Now students, as you know that electric intensity is a vector quantity. Here I am just calculate the magnitude. Now if we consider the direction, then you can see that at point A charge is positive charge, that is here plus 2 coulomb charge is present, and you know that where we are calculating the intensity, that means at point D plus 1 coulomb charge is present, and as the nature of both charge is similar, so there will be repulsive force act, that is the direction of charge A will be towards the AD direction, okay, and in this will be the direction of EA. In the similar way, direction of EC will be here. And now if we consider that EA and EC are the adjacent side of a parallelogram, then the diagonal through the adjacent side of a parallelogram direct the direction and magnitude of the resultant of these two forces. So we can say that the diagonal, if we consider it as dr, then this diagonal will represent the magnitude and direction of this intensity A and C. So we can write that the resultant intensity for A and C charges, that is EAC, if we write it as EAC, that root over EA square plus EC square plus 2EA EC cos alpha. Now we know the value of EA and EC and cos alpha. Here you can see that EA and EC are creating 90 degree. Here the value of angle created by EA and EC is 90 degree and the value of cos 90 is 0. So we can calculate it in a similar. So now we can write that 1.8 into 10 to the power 10 whole square plus 1.8 into 10 to the power 10 whole square, as the value of cos 90 is 0. So this all value will be 0 and you will get the value is 2.55 into 10 to the power 10 Newton per Coulomb. Now the intensity for charges B at D. Now we can write that intensity at D for charge B. So for charge B we can write EB is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught QB by R square. So the value of EB is 9 into 10 to the power 9 Newton per Coulomb. And the direction, here you can see that at point B minus 2 Coulomb charge is present and negative charge will attract this positive charge. So the direction will be along DB. In that case the direction will be along DB. Okay, now the final resultant, that is the resultant at D point. So you can see that the resultant force of EA and EC, that is the resultant of EAC, is acting along the direction of DR, and charge for the charge B, the intensity is acting along DB. So here you can see that it's a straight line. Here a straight line created and the direction are opposite to each other. That is the direction for EAC, this is EAC, and the direction of EB are opposite to each other, and as the value of EAC is larger than EB, so the final resultant will be E is equal to EAC minus EB, and the value of EAC is 2.55 into 10 to the power 10 minus the value of EB is 9 into 10 to the power 9. So finally we will get the value, that is the value of resultant is 1.65 into 10 to the power 10 Newton per Coulomb. And in the question they mention it that you have to describe the direction as well, and the direction will be along DR. Direction will be along DR. Second creative question, which is from Dinaspur Board 2017. The stem is a capacitor with parallel plates has the area of each plate 1.65 meter square. The distance between the plates is 2 cm and it is filled with air. The voltage difference is 60 volt and the value of epsilon naught, that is the permittivity of air medium or vacuum, is given here 8.854 into 10 inverse 12. Now question C, what is the capacitance of the capacitor. So we have to calculate the value of C, and the given informations for question D are area of each plates of capacitor. Here you can see that the value of area is given here 1.65 meter square. That is, the value of A is 1.65 meter square. Now distance between plates, that is the value of D. Here the value of D is given 2 centimeter. So you know that we have to convert centimeter to meter, and the value will be 0.02 meter. Now capacitance, that is C, is equal to what? We know, as in the question they mentioned parallel plate capacitor. So for parallel plate capacitor we can write C is equal to epsilon naught A divided by D. The value of epsilon naught is 8.854 into 10 to the power minus 12. The value of A is 1.65 and the value of D is 0.02. So finally we will get the value of capacitance is 7.3 into 10 to the power minus 10, and the unit of capacitance is farad. Now question D. If there is a media of 2.8 dielectric constant in the space between the plates, what will be changed stored energy? You know that if we kept a dielectric media between the plates of a capacitor, then the capacitance of the capacitor will increase. And in this question, we have to calculate that after adding the dielectric constant, what amount of stored energy increased. So the given informations are for question D. In question C, we have already discussed that the area is given here 1.65, distance between the two plates is 0.02 meter, and the capacitance we got from question C is 7.3 into 10 inverse 10 farad. And for question D, here another information is the voltage difference is 60 volt. So we can write that voltage difference you know that voltage difference is denoted by V. So the value of V is given here 60 volt. So as in the question they mentioned that the changed stored energy. So we have to calculate the stored energy before adding dielectric constant and after adding dielectric constant. Then we can calculate the change between these two energy. So stored energy before dielectric constant. If we denote it by U, then we know that the formula is U is equal to half C V square. Here the value of C is 7.3 into 10 inverse 10. 7.3 into 10 inverse 10, and the value of V is 60 whole square. So the stored energy will be 1.316 into 10 inverse 6 as calculating energy. So the unit of U will be J. Now stored energy after adding dielectric media. If we consider it as U prime, then we can write that U prime is equal to half. Now the new capacitance will be C prime V square. So students, you know that whenever we add dielectric constant, then in formula the change will be, normally we know that the formula to calculate the capacitance of a parallel plate capacitor is epsilon naught A by D, but as we are adding here dielectric media, so we have to multiply K here into V square. So we can write that half epsilon naught A by D into V square into K, that is half CV square into K, and the value of half CV square is 1.316 into 10 to the power minus 6, and the value of K, that is the dielectric constant, is here 2.8. So the final value will be 3.69 into 10 inverse 6 joule. Students, from the calculation you can see that the stored energy is 2.8 times larger than the previous one. So we can say that, students, we can say that the stored energy increased by 2.8 times after keeping the dielectric media between the two plates of the parallel plate capacitor. So that's all for today. Thank you for being with me.